Hey everybody, it's me, Greg Manarino. How are you? This is my post-market wrap-up for today, Monday, November 27, 2017. Kind of an exhausting day for me, and I mean that, and I want to talk about what's going on here. First of all, if you watched the video that I did this morning, I said keep your eye on the bond market because a few things, in my opinion, were going to happen. Well, guess what? It unfolded exactly like I said it would. Let's go over that real quick. Again, in the video this morning, I said bonds were selling off. As a matter of fact, that was even in the title of the video that I did this morning. And I said, don't be surprised if they get in here and start trying to buy it up. And that's exactly what they did. Bonds sold off, and then all of a sudden, again, some entity or entities gets in there and just starts buying and buying and buying. And then what happened? So we had a sell-off, buying, it tried to sell off again, more buying, tried to sell off again, more buying. We ended the day much higher with regard to bonds as in the early part of the day. No surprise there. Tomorrow, watch it tomorrow. And the reason why is towards the end of the trading day today, bonds started to sell off again. They will not allow this to happen. Look how the market reacted today. The stock market at one particular time was up almost 80 points, referring to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We finished pretty much at the flat line across the board. The Dow Jones Industrial Average actually put on a teeny tiny fractional gain, no record. The NASDAQ, the S&P finished lower. So, believe me, at this point here, and I want to talk about both of these topics that I'm pointing at, they are not going to allow the stock market to fall here. And this is opportunity for us people. And I cannot stress this enough, that if you're just sitting here and not acting, there's something wrong with you. And I'm trying very hard to not allow you to sit there and not act. You have got to capitalize on what's going on around you. Let's talk about the stock market, because today I got bombarded with questions, more so than ever, especially about Bitcoin, now that it's nearing my $10,000 target. I want to talk a lot about that, but let's talk about this first, because I keep getting people asking me, Greg, where are your stock picks? Greg, where are your stock picks? On my website, I don't post them anymore because it's too freaking easy to beat this market. You don't even need a stock pick anymore. I advised all of you last week that are looking for stock picks to forget about picking an individual stock. Doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever in this environment. We know they're going to push stocks higher. So I had said, grab hold of an index like the Qs, like SPY, like the DIA, and just trade the index. That's it. Don't be looking to pick a stock here. You can do that if you want to. I told you I have a few favorites that I like to trade. Facebook, Google, IBM, a bunch of them. But forget about that. Don't even worry about it. If you want to capitalize on this market, you don't need to get fancy. It's too easy. They're making it too easy for us. All right? And that's good for you. That's damn good for me too. Just pick an index and trade it. That's it. You buy calls on one end if you think it's going higher, or follow the trend higher, or puts if you think it's going lower. Don't bet against this market here. Okay? That's another big piece of advice. Do not bet against this market. People write to me almost every day telling me, Greg, I'm betting against the market. Greg, I'm buying puts on against the S&P 500. And I think these people are smoking something really weird that's playing with their brain cells. We know what they're going to do, all right? They are determined to push the market higher. They will not allow the bond market to establish any kind of a fair value. They want stocks higher. So don't fight the trend. It could not be easier for you in this environment. This is what I'm telling you. It's insane what we're watching here unfold. And I don't know about any of you out here. I know some of you are. But I am going to destroy this market so absolutely and completely, it's going to be stupid. And that's really what I'm trying to do here. Now, with regard to Bitcoin, slammed today with questions about Bitcoin here. All of you remember when Bitcoin was 2,800, I wrote an article on Steam. I said it was going to 5,000 and above. We hit 5,000 within a very short period of time. Then I said it was going to 10,000. Well, we're almost at 10,000 now. But I want you to pay attention to this. There's a lot of euphoria right now occurring with Bitcoin. That tells me we might be hitting a short-term top here. And especially with a large number like 10K. Now, let me tell all of you how I have played Bitcoin, because there's going to be other opportunities like this, and Bitcoin isn't done either. With Bitcoin, as all of you know, I've started buying Bitcoin at around 1,500 or 1,800. I added a large position on when it hit 2,800. I covered this all for you. When Bitcoin hit 7,500, I cut my position in half, pulled out frankly ridiculous amount of money as a profit, okay? And I said I was going to ride that second half. Well, today I decided to close my entire position on Bitcoin. I no longer have Bitcoin. Now, bear with me, all of you out here who are going, oh my God, I can't believe Greg sold his Bitcoin. There's a reason for that, okay? The number one reason is it's never, ever wrong to take profit. And I have made, frankly, stupid amounts of cash from holding Bitcoin, which I have outlined for every single one of you out here. And there's a lot of people out here who think they're Bitcoin experts. Oh, it's a bubble because it's gone up so fast. Really? Where is that law written where if an asset rises too fast, it's in a bubble? Please stop writing to me and telling me that things are in bubbles. I don't want to hear it, quite frankly, because I've outlined this for you, and I've nailed it with 100% accuracy. So I don't need to hear about bubbles anymore, all right? Why did Greg close his position today on Bitcoin? Again, it's banging up against my target of $10,000. I have had an incredible run here and made more money than I even care to talk about with regard to Bitcoin. The euphoria is what's gotten me a little leery about holding Bitcoin here. There is like some kind of thing going on here right now, which tells me that we might be near, I'm not saying we're there just yet, but we might be near a short-term top with regard to Bitcoin. Now, what I would like to see, and I'm not done with Bitcoin by a long shot, although I did close my positions as I just went over. Here's how I'm going to, this is how Gregory Mannarino here is going to play Bitcoin moving forward. And this is what you should think about doing as well. Euphoria, off the charts here with regard to Bitcoin. I want to see a meaningful pullback soon, here within a certain amount of time, and I'm talking about $2,000 or $3,000. I want to see this thing burn off. That's what I want to see it do. When this happens, and I'm sure it's going to, Bitcoin is going to burn some off. I don't know when. Could be today, could be tomorrow, could be next week. I don't know. It's going to burn some off. And when it does burn some off, that's where I am going to re-enter a position here with regard to Bitcoin. So, I hope that covered this for you. Look, these are things that we need to look for. Euphoria. I believe we are entering a euphoric time here with regard to Bitcoin, which said to me, Greg, you know what? You get a really nice profit in Bitcoin now. It's time to pull it, sit back, and wait. You wait to strike, just like everything else I've been telling you about. This is what we need to do. We are going to win this game like you have no idea. And I don't care what the asset is. I don't care what the asset is called. Doesn't matter to me. I move cash around every day. That's what I do. You will all understand that. And Bitcoin and how I have played this, frankly, I played it like maestro. Seriously. I really did a great job here. And I hope, and I know a lot of you out here have taken my advice and did the same exact thing. Bravo. Bravo to you. Seriously. Now, again, we wait, or this guy waits for a pullback for which I will enter a new position. I will talk about it at that time. I'm not saying Bitcoin isn't going higher here. It could go to 11,000 in a week. I have no idea. All I know is it's never wrong to take profit. I had a very, very substantial profit in Bitcoin. Close those positions. I'm a happy guy today. Okay. And with regard to the stock market, people, you don't have to be a rocket scientist here anymore. You don't have to pick a certain stock and look at this particular stock. Who cares? We know they're going to push the stock market higher. Trade and index, period. Okay, I hope I have made this as simple for you as humanly possible. Now, let's talk about the Bitcoin on the brain here. The bond market a little bit more. Tomorrow, let's watch the action here in the bond market again, especially at the open. Let's see if they start buying this up. Watch those small caps. Small caps fell under a little bit of pressure here today. They don't like this. They don't like to see the small caps burning off here because, again, why? It's a confidence game. If the small caps start burning off, the rest of the market is going to say, hey, hold on a minute now. And this is why they choose to manipulate or buy up the small caps first. Then they hit the tech, and then whatever else they got to do to prop this up. But that's what they're going to do. This is not real. We are simply playing the game that we know is being played on us. But because we know their playbook, it's open in front of our freaking faces, we can destroy them at their own game. And that's what I want you to do, and that is what I am doing. I don't know another way to put this, people. I really don't. All right, with that said, I'm going to let you all go. And I'm like thrilled to see what the market is going to do tomorrow morning. What they try to do with the bond market is probably going to be the same thing. If it sells off, they're going to buy it up. There is no doubt about it. Watch it happen. Just go to my website, leave it open on your computer, and just watch this thinking chart there on the bond market, and your mind is going to be blown because you can see what's going on right in front of your face. I know I'm getting a little bent out of shape here, people, but look, this whole thing is so rigged. It is so fake. There's no connection to reality in any aspect of this market whatsoever. And then you got these, oh, I'm in trouble now. You got the CNBC people who are, oh, Bitcoin is in a bubble. Oh, if they were that smart to recognize that Bitcoin was in a bubble when it was 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, don't you think every single one of those people over there that maybe has one functioning brain cell would have bought it then if they knew it was going to 10? I told them it was going to 10, and we're here now. They are frankly idiots. I am going to take a lot of heat for that little rant that I just did. I really am. I'm sure. CNBC, they don't like this guy, and they hate your guts. So let's get even with them. Give me a thumbs up here. Share this video everywhere you can. Because this guy here, I tell you the truth. I don't care. I answer to, you know who I answer to? I answer to me. That's it. I have no boss. I'm my own boss. I'm my own everything. I answer to you guys. That's really who I answer to. I work for you as far as I'm concerned, although this is all free. And that's why I am trying to the best of my ability to outline this all for you, because we are going to win. Period. The end. I'll see you in the morning. Watch that bond market right on my website, tracechoice.net. See you then. Over and out.